Drive. 2, Treasure Delight. State Treasurer, cold out of a Rock and Roll Hanover mare owned by Doug Millard, trained by Chantel Mitchell. Randy Waples will drive. This was a $17,000 Lexington Select graduate. 3, Where We Was Up is a Where We Needy gelding out of a Rock and Roll Heaven mare owned by the stable Where We Was Up. Kevin McMaster trains, Anthony McDonald steers. 4, Salisbrook Hero is a Better Than Cheddar colt out of a Some Beach Somewhere mare owned by Dustin Jones stables. Jones trains, Chris Christopher drives. $18,000 London buy. 5, Captain of Rock and Roll is a Captain Treacherous colt out of a Rock and Roll Hanover mare owned and bred by Bob Hamather. Casey Coleman Hurley will train, and Bob McClure will drive. $50,000 Harrisburg grad. 6 is Old Joe, a roll with Joe Colt out of a Western Hanover mare owned by Hut Racing Stable, Steve Heimbecker and Blake McIntosh. McIntosh trains. Louis Watt drives, a $14,000 Goshen purchase. 7, Between I and You. Capers 3 stable owns. Wayne McGean trains. Sylvan Filion drives the son of State Treasure out of a Camlock mare. And the 8 is Big Idea. Greg McNair, Jim Newton, Bloomingwood Farms, and Paul Kidd are the owners. Greg McNair trains. Doug McNair driving this son of Big Jim out of an Art Major mare. That's your field of 8, and they are sent on their way here in qualifier number 7. And it'll be Old Joe who comes through in the center. Outside of him is Between I and You. So they were next door neighbors on the wings of the gate, and they're 1-2 driving into the first turn. Where We Was Up gets away in third. Metallica is then in fourth. Captain of Rock and Roll on the outside. His inside is Salisbrook Hero, followed by Treasure Delight, and the final one is Big Idea. Opening split 30 seconds flat, and the rookies now work their way up into the backstretch, and it's a 2.5 length lead here for Between I and You. A winner last week in 2:01 with a 28-2 final quarter. Between I and You is going to do the heavy lifting here this morning as Filion puts his son of State Treasurer on the lead. Old Joe is in second, racing in third. That is Where We Was Up. Then tightening up in fourth is Metallica with a break of 4 lengths back to Captain of Rock and Roll in fifth. Then sixth, that's Salisbrook Hero. Seventh is Treasure Delight, and Big Idea is eighth. The half is hitting 59-1. 29-1 second quarter here for Between I and You. Between I and You is cutting the mile, leading here by just less than 2 lengths, while Old Joe is in second. Third is Where We Was Up. Then racing in fourth is Metallica. Still fifth, Captain of Rock and Roll, followed by Salisbrook Hero, Treasurer Delight, Big Idea. Nobody off the wood just yet as they hit 3 quarters in 1:28-1. That was a third quarter in 29 seconds even. And Between I and You is now looking to storm on home for a second consecutive baby race score. Old Joe has something to say about that in the middle. So too does Where We Was Up. And on the far outside, Captain of Rock and Roll. In between rivals, Metallica now looking for some clear racetrack. But here's Captain of Rock and Roll from mid-pack all the way around, sweeping by in the lane to win. Captain of Rock and Roll will take it. Second was Where We Was Up. Third then went to Old Joe, followed fourth by Metallica. 1:56-3 for Captain of Rock and Roll.